Now call on George Adam to be followed by Liam MacArthur. Up to 6 minutes, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The reality here is that despite cuts passed down from Westminster, the Scottish Government is investing in colleges and bringing about reform that will strengthen the sector and its skills provision. The reality is the Scottish Government is investing in our young people when other governments in the United Kingdom aren't. And there are a number of key points that we have been already brought up. And when we talk about some of the information brought forward by Scottish colleges, we have to ask ourselves as well that during some of the evidence with the actual committee, there was some problems with their figures. They did in the past actually lose 10,000 students in one of they apologised for it, but they did get their figures wrong. So I think it's only right that we have an audit on these just to finally put this issue to bed once and for all. But it's quite hypocritical for the Tories. While the Scottish Tories, just when you think they couldn't get any lower, they managed to find an even lower point. But it is quite hypocritical for them to oppose college cuts when their UK colleagues are actually going for harsher cuts and an agenda to withdraw public support from the FE sector in the United Kingdom. Cutting at FE in England from 32.3% in 2010-11. But despite these unprecedented cuts being passed down to Scotland from the UK Government, the reality of the situation is that the Scottish Government are maintaining college student support at record levels. The Scottish Government are protecting student numbers in further education and maintaining full-time equivalent teaching activity. These are the important facts. It will not surprise anyone here that there's obviously a difference in the ideals between the Scottish Government and that one that's in Westminster. And as I've already mentioned, it was typically hypocritical of the Tories to actually discuss this matter when they are making such harsh cuts down south. But the UK Government are cutting FE and have control of their own budget, where we have our budget cut and we do not have control of our own budget.
Mel Goldie. Microphone, please.
Does the member think there is any logic to a college in Greenock merging with a college in his hometown of Paisley, merging with a college across the Clyde in Clydebank? Because if the Cabinet Secretary's logic is sustainable, we might as well close all three and have a new college in Erskine Bridge.
Well, I would answer the member by saying, don't ask me, ask the actual principals of these three colleges, because every one of them think it's the best way forward. But I will never apologise for saying back to the Scotland issue, because for me that is the way forward. But the Scottish Government will continue to offer its education for everyone, no matter your financial background, and opportunities for all, not just for those that can afford it, like down south. The UK Government's further education budget will be cut by £1.1 billion over the spending review period, while we have the Tories here asking for the Scottish Government, with our limited budget, to actually give some more, at the same time not offering what they would do instead. But the difference is in student support. During the evidence we got from Robin Parker, he was the NUS Scotland president. He believes that it's fantastic, the amount of financial assistance being offered to students. And he believes that it's better than anything else that they receive down south. And my colleagues that are on the committee will obviously admit to that, because they were there when he actually said it. But I think we have to look at what we're doing and what's happening here. We're taking a strategic vision for Scotland's future, training for jobs. Reid Kerr College in Paisley are training people for new green energy boom. Dusan Babcock and Renfrew are producing much of the technology used in the renewable sector, will benefit from these young people when they actually leave that college. And Reid Kerr have invested £4 million in a state-of-the-art building for engineering construction recently, because they are being focused and strategic. In this ever-changing economic climate, there can be massive shifts from manufacturing to service sector in the last 3 years, and it's important that colleges lead the way in training people for jobs that are needed, and obviously backing up what was said from the various business sector when they came to the committee. And there is a need for college reform, because there's many people within the actual college sector themselves who believe that reform is the way forward. I've recently spoken to the Reid Kerr College, Audrey Cumberford, and she has backed the idea that this is the way forward for her college. Now, college reserves were brought up during various debates that we've had, and the recent Audit Scotland report mentioned that Scotland's colleges totalled £206 million at the end of 2011 and another figure of £98.9 million from 2006-07. Now, when you look at these figures, it's not just the Scottish Government that obviously the Cabinet Secretary quite rightly says has to pay for this. For me, the important issue is how we take Scotland's colleges forward, ensuring that every 16 to 19-year-old gets the opportunity of work, education or training, building a solid foundation in the lives of Scotland's young people. I have a vested interest because I have an 18-year-old daughter who's at college. And this debate has shown that there are stark differences between Scotland and the rest of the UK on education. And I will take this Cabinet Secretary's attitude towards education and how we will deliver it any day of the week when compared to others.
Thank you very much.